You ever been driving around, you see one of those massive, brand new trucks that costs a small fortune, and you just think to yourself, how? How on earth are normal people affording these things? Well, let's get into it, because what's going on is a real modern financial mystery. It's the question we've all asked ourselves, right? You see your neighbor, the one who complains about the price of eggs, rolling up in a vehicle that just seems to defy all financial logic. So, what is really happening here? Okay, so let's just get right to the numbers. The average monthly payment for a new car in America is now over $725. And listen, that's just the average for a regular car. But when we zoom in on trucks and SUVs, the vehicles you see everywhere, the picture gets way more intense. The average payment skyrockets to almost $1,000 a month, and for a lot of people, it's actually more like $1,200 a month for 7 or even 8 years. Now you might be thinking, well, people must just be making a lot more money. But that's not it. Not at all. The truth is, there's a whole financial system that's been built specifically to make these insane payments feel possible. And it all starts with the loan itself. So, how do they do it? Well, it all kicks off with something called the loan term. Back in the day, a 4-year car loan was pretty standard. Yeah, those days are long gone. Just look at this timeline. Car loans have stretched out from 3 or 4 years to now a totally routine 7, 8, or have even seen 10-year loans. And the appeal is obvious, right? The longer the loan, the lower the monthly payment. It makes a super expensive truck seem affordable. But there is a huge catch. And this right here shows you the trade-off perfectly. To get that manageable $900 payment with an 8-year loan, you end up paying an extra $14,000 in interest. Think about that. You're paying a massive premium just for a lower monthly bill. But honestly, that's just the first part of the trap. See, a long loan doesn't just cost you more in interest, it creates a much bigger problem. It's how people get completely stuck in this cycle of debt that is so hard to escape. And it all centers on this one concept: negative equity. So what in the world is negative equity? It's simple, really. Your car loses value fast. But with an 8-year loan, your payments are so small and slow that you end up owing more than the car is actually worth for most of the loan. This is the key that locks the entire trap. And here's exactly how that trap works in the real world. You're a few years in, you want a new car, but you're underwater on your current one. The dealer says, no problem, and they just roll that old debt right into your new, even bigger loan. So now you're paying for a car you don't even own anymore, and the whole cycle just starts all over again, but this time with even more debt. This quote just sums it up perfectly. You're running and running, making payments, trading up, but your debt just keeps getting bigger and bigger. You can't get off the wheel. So why would anyone sign up for this? Well, the answer isn't just about the money. It's about psychology. It's about what these car companies are really selling you.
And this right here is the core of it all. Car companies have spent billions and billions of dollars over decades to convince us that a vehicle isn't just how you get from point A to point B. Oh no, it's an extension of who you are.
So when you sign that loan, you're not just buying metal and plastic. You're buying a symbol of success. You're buying the fantasy of a rugged lifestyle. You're buying social status. And when a car payment is framed as an investment in your identity, it suddenly feels a whole lot easier to justify, no matter how crazy it is financially.
People will literally restructure their entire lives around this car payment. They'll skip vacations, they'll get second jobs, eat cheap, all to support the machine sitting in the driveway. This quote really just captures the complete absurdity of it all. So, let's actually do the math that most buyers never ever do. Let's calculate what this investment in your identity truly costs you over the life of the loan.
Okay, when you look at the total cost, that monthly payment is just a beginning. For a pretty typical $55,000 truck, over 7 years, you have the loan payments themselves, but then you have to add in the insurance, the fuel, and of course, all the maintenance and repairs that are gonna pop up. And what's the grand total? Over $132,000. That's what you actually spend over 7 years just to drive that truck. Let that number sink in. So here's the final result. After spending all that cash, what are you left with? A depreciating asset that's maybe worth 15 grand. But if you had taken that same money and just invested it in a simple index fund, you could have built over $70,000 of actual wealth. Let's be perfectly clear. This system actively destroys your ability to build wealth. You're literally trading your financial future for heated seats and a big grill. So, why do people defend these choices so passionately?
This is such a fascinating psychological idea. People become emotionally attached to the very thing that is holding them back financially. That truck becomes a part of their identity. So if you suggest they sell it, it doesn't sound like good financial advice, it feels like a personal attack.
And that leaves us with one final and really crucial question to think about. Look at your own finances, look out at your own driveway, and just ask yourself, is your vehicle a tool that's helping you build a better life? Or has your life become a tool just to build and support your vehicle? The answer might surprise you.